Hello, 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 all you sacred souls of the Central Sun. My name's Maggie Wilcox, the Velvet Priestess, and I'm happy to host these weekly interviews of, beautiful healers and those of, different beliefs so that we can experience all sorts of things in this group. I'd love to hear even what you want to hear about, because we have many different healers and many different walks of life within this group, and I would love to interview several of you. So message me if that interests you, and then also what topics you want to hear, okay? So we're waiting for Miss Jill Reed today, and I'll talk about how I stumbled onto her and her beautiful transmissions that are angelic. She does a lot of things, but she's in particular quite connected to the angels. And I've believed in angels for a while. At first, in churches and whatnot, I just figured it was one of those other things that was written down, but I hadn't experienced them in my heart. And then I got into Reiki. This was in 1999, my first attunements. And I was, feeling guides and all of that. And I remember my mom telling me stories of her being rescued by an angel when their car was upside down and on fire. Just things like that. And so I had heard some stories. And then when I got attuned to Karuna Reiki, that is this higher vibration that really connects you to Kuan Yin and ascended masters. That's when I started learning about higher beings of light. And so they're sort of in this hierarchy tree, if you will, where your own guardian angels are closest to you and you should call on them and they're here for you. But they don't interfere. You need to call on them, That's why we have free will here on the planet. And we've chosen all these lessons that are given to us in this lifetime. But we can ask for a little reprieve. We can ask for guidance. We can ask to feel better. Because it's the feeling inside of us then that dictates our outer world, right? And so when I got attuned to Karuna Reiki, my Karuna teacher was this beautiful angel lady, and she even wrote a little book that had all these angel experiences and interviews that she did. And it really opened my eyes because I felt it in my heart, right? When you feel it, that's how you know. And I'm just waiting for Jill. Hopefully she can find me. Give me a second. Miss Jill. Okay. All right, hopefully she'll pop on. And now my camera's reversed. Here we go. Sorry. Yeah, so, and then above the ascended masters are the archangels. And they're great and huge and can be seen towering over giant cities. Okay, that's the immensity of them. And they can be many places at once, right? So we think about, let's say Archangel Michael, that seems to be the biggest light worker archangel that everybody works with. Yeah, hold on. She just responded to me. Give me 1 second. Oh, there she is. All right, sorry about that. It's always a little tricky getting the guests logging on, so I'll just keep talking. She'll be here in a second. And then you have, above archangels, your deities, your source, however you perceive that. And I think that throughout time, too, our dragons were perceived as archangels as well, with their great big energy. And I'm starting our Dragons of Lemuria class tomorrow. Please message me your interest. We're really going to dive into my Rainbow Kahuna lineage. So I'm very excited for that. And there's so much to working with rainbows. And the gate to Lemuria is in Hawaii. And then we'll go deep into the waters and the dragons there at Atlantis and stuff. And she's still having trouble popping on. So, hold on. Let me see if I can tag her. Let's try that. Otherwise, I'd be like, hey, Liz, you want to be on camera? Looking for Jill. All right, dead air time. That's okay. We'll get past this. She'll find us. Yeah, so working with dragons is also the same, where you have those that are closest to the earth, the elementals, and that's similar to the fairy realm. That's our fourth dimension. But we go deep into the earth. There's a lot within the earth. And I'm going to do one more message for her. All right. Sorry about that. And then you have your dragons that are associated with the Ascended Masters specifically. Like Kuan Yin has her pink dragons of compassion. And when she works with the dragons, they help uplift her into the highest dimensions of love. So the ninth dimensional energy is supposed to be the highest love frequency. But we do get up into the 12th and higher, even you as your own ascended beings. And, you know, that's when we go into what we call our theta state and we practice meditation. But I find also when our beings are the clearest vessel for our energies that we channel, whether that be Reiki or some other modality or belief, okay? And do get training and all that, because there's a lot to being grounded and protection. And, you know, that's why we pray too. Like, why do we pray? That's another thing I've been in and out of in my life, right? Getting away from religion altogether, and then finally, you know, coming back to that. And it was even my Mayan shaman that taught me to bless your cups, your objects, anything you're putting into your body, because we are, you know, spiritual vessels, and there are things that are of non-spiritual nature that we need to make sure we're not ingesting and all of that. And so I see someone else is on. I'm hoping it's Jill so that we can pop her on. So if you are here, Jill, make a comment so the camera sees you. Yeah, so right now it says 2 are on, but I only see 1 chat head. So yeah, Facebook's funny that way. But what I might do is, you know, end this session here and find Jill and pop back on so that we can do this correctly. Yeah, she's having trouble jumping on. So I'm going to pop off and see if she and I can do this again. So please watch for us in the notifications. That's usually the best way to do it. Okay, I'll see you soon. Oh, wait, I see you, Jill. I'm not popping off. Hold on. Letting me out now, so go. Oh my gosh. Just when I was like, Mercury. Here we are. Good. Yay.
Oh my goodness. I'm so my phone was doing its own thing and I'm on. Sorry about that. I'm
No,
here.
that's okay. There's even like a weird image going on. Oh, and now you're popped off. So try again. I know sometimes beyond technical difficulties. Here we go. It's adding you again. Okay. There we go. You know, I
Okay.
find too that sometimes, you know, when we are bringing in these stronger transmissions that we get, and I can feel it right now, we get, yeah, energy influxes, so to speak.
Can you hear me now, Maggie?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. I'm not touching my phone.
Okay, don't. Yeah,
I'm
don't touch
on.
I know your energy is probably quite on, and
Yeah,
I'm feeling it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
And
a big
so
transmission
let's
that wants to come through in this. So I'm feeling it.
Okay, let me begin, and then I'm gonna give it away to you. All right.
Sure.
So, we're Facebook friends, and we might have found each other through this group, even in its early stages, or the Star Seeds group,
Mm-hmm.
through
Mm-hmm.
Chris and Amanda and such. And I know that, I've seen your photos and I've seen some of your posts, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I really caught your vibe truly until you started going live.
No,
You-
it's my biggest angel guidance, and it's my.
Mhm,
I know I'm supposed to say this, even though when it seems like I'm talking, I'm in channeling mode now, so everything I'm
mhm,
doing is channeled, everything.
mhm,
But
mhm,
going live in videos is one of my things I need to overcome. It's one of the things
mhm.
I need to do, and we're all in this moment of expansion, and so those things that you're most afraid to do, you need to do. So here I am.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was in that same boat, a couple of years ago where um yeah, I mean, I could teach in front of people, no problem.
Yeah,
But there's this whole different element about being on camera. And then
absolutely.
having to look at the camera and not knowing who's really watching, yeah, it's a little
Yeah,
tricky.
yeah,
Yeah, and so you really trust, and it's almost like your camera's your friend. You're just having a chat.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, and you relax into it. So let's all just ground and center for a moment too. I like to begin our sessions with that. And that's one of the big things that I teach in all of my workshops, and we do different ways. Like in the dragon class, we go deep into the earth. So imagine that you have like almost roots of a tree coming out your feet, out your sit bones. And then from there, take a deep breath and breathe it up. And I really love connecting to Gaia, and I am Gaia sometimes. And that energy of going deep is what I like to experience and bring in, and that'll help us to bring in and even greater Jill's angelic frequencies that'll then come in this way. Good. And I'm going to hand it over to you, Jill, and I'd love to hear a little bit about how you came into your angelic beings as well, if you want to share that with us.
Okay, I'll start with I'll give the condensed version of it is that I had a traumatic event in 2014 when I almost died. And it
Mm-hmm.
was related to medical trauma, and I had experienced medical trauma for many years through family members. And so the end result of all that was I had significant PTSD and anxiety after in my recovery, and
Mm-hmm.
nothing in traditional medicine was working. And I went to an energy healer who said, you have energy healing abilities. And I knew it. And I said, yeah, I know. But so she got me calm in a moment where I could, feel what was with the beginnings of what was about to come out of me. So
Mm-hmm.
the trauma shook my abilities to the surface. And then my first angelic experience was when I was still in the throes of PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
I was struggling just to go outside. At the beeps, you don't realize how many beeps there are in the world. So the beepings of the machines from the hospital, because I was in and out of hospitals for a while, there were
Mm-hmm.
a lot of triggers. Going to the grocery store. So literally one day I was trying to go to the grocery store and was just struggling to get off the floor and was listening to music. And a video came up from Archangel Gabriel. And I
Mm-hmm.
kid you not, it started playing on its own. I'm looking at it thinking, what? Okay. And it started playing on its own, and I felt her wrap her wings. Almost cry every time I don't say this very often anymore, but I felt her wings wrap around me, and everything was just calm and peaceful within me. And it just, I know now, then in that moment, it was to help me get calm so I could do what I needed to do. But I also know now at that moment, I was activated into archangelic energy in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an activating energy that now comes through me through them. And so everything just, I mean, I am really, they show me The angels know my sense of humor. I love the Wizard of Oz, and so they show my path as the yellow brick road. So I truly have been following the yellow brick road, and since that time, what I first started doing initially was major physical health healings in hospitals. So go figure. I was healing myself. We know this. We're healing ourselves as we're healing others. So I was taken back to the exact hospital where I was,
Wow.
where I experienced all the trauma over decades from family members and then me, and I was doing healings in there that through me, through the angelic realm, that traditional medicine couldn't resolve. And at first I just started saying, people would say, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, because it was just this burst of energy, and messages came through from the very first healing, from loved ones or from their guides or whomever needed to speak to them. I just couldn't identify who it was at first. Everything was just God.
Yeah.
And then it all, over time, I just keep following the yellow brick road, which in my head is the angel guidance. Started slowly sharing messages, still doing physical health healings behind the scenes. Channeling became then a thing of its own. Then I started channeling individual archangels. Now I do teach now. I'm a Jin Shin Jitsu practitioner, and I teach JSJ self-help, and that's my primary focus. I want people to be able to help themselves. And what I've been doing the most, I would say the last year and a half, is teaching, and just teaching in general about channeling angel messages, connecting to the earth. I mean, just connections, connecting to the earth, connecting to the angels. But the core of it is, especially within the past year, is guiding other healers into finding their true selves. So virtual sessions have been mostly about that for the past year and a half to two, of taking them into themselves, to their inner knowing, and then that activating angel energy comes through, and then this burst, they think it's a burst of abilities coming out. It's just their remembrance, their soul remembrance is then raining down on them. And I'm giving them the courage to do it, whatever the it is, do it. And I've been doing a lot of that. And then everything goes full circle. So I've been doing some physical health healings now, coming back around and teaching more. And I think the one message for people just starting out, I like to say, is truly just, it is just one step at a time. It is just one step at a time, because people will get a feel of my energy and would say, oh my goodness, you're so powerful. And I was like, I don't even know what that means, but it doesn't, you know what it means, and it will happen at a pace that you can manage, at the right time. And people get caught up, and I'm saying this, people meaning also me. As we're doing this, we get caught up in defining ourselves, but we have to, so people can find us. But really, the people that come to you define you, right? So I define what I do through the people that resonate with me and come to me. So it's been guiding other healers into their authentic selves. The second thing, the huge thing that's just, to me, it's in my heart, because I feel like I'm gonna cry as I say this, because I'm feeling this so deeply within me, that I'm able to help people that have experienced significant trauma, who don't even remember anymore what it feels like to be calm. Like, they don't even know. And I remember that because that's what Archangel Gabriel did for me. And I know that feeling. So anything I've done for anybody else, I have experienced myself. I'm very energetic and feel it within me. And that's how I teach, from the perspective of how I feel it in my body. And helping people, the angels, through the seraphim angels and through the angels that are connected to the person that's in front of me, whether virtually or in person, you're pulling through what you need. So they're pulling this through me. And so people will say, I'm powerful. No, I'm pointing at you because I can see you now. You're powerful. I know you're powerful, but whoever's in front of me is powerful. And your desire to want to heal is making it all happen, and your intent and opening your heart to someone you've never even met before. Because most people come through referrals and they'll say, go see Jill. So I'm that Jill person. And I'm fine being that Jill person, but the trauma release is near and dear to my heart. And the angels clear at the cellular level, and people sit up and their faces are brighter and they're smiling. And some people look at me because I don't even know they say, I don't even know what I'm feeling. And I'm saying, and I'll say, you're at peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, and then the other piece of it, of course, is, the physical health, but it's whatever you need. So to try to define myself, uh, when people ask me, I just say I channel angel energy and angel messages. And there are lots of things that fall under that umbrella, but that's the crux of it all. And that's my heart. And that's my blessing.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful.
I would say the one thing, and I know you've been following me, and the one thing that's been coming through so deeply is the sacred oils. So if you don't mind, I want to share a little bit about that.
Please do.
So I'm looking to the side. I'm looking to the side, hearing from the side, and I feel Archangel Metatron and Sandalphon are guiding this. So the from above and below. And I just want to say one sentence, and I want to share the book that I learned from. I learned in a group setting. So one sentence from this book, and I want to hold up the book because I want people to learn Sacred Oils by Felicity Warner. If you're drawn to just the word sacred oils, please learn in any way that it works for you, even if it's just for you. But the one sentence from the book that explains sacred oils and explains it in terms of Miraphors, which is a mistress of the oil. And the first mistress of the oil that I connect to is Mary Magdalene. And I know, and the angels take me on what I call journeys. So I'll meditate and they'll show me. And so I always say I'm learning backwards. So I'll see things in my meditations and I'm thinking, did that happen? and then I research. But Mary Magdalene actually taught Jesus, or Yeshua, as he was called by his people at his time. She actually taught him about sacred oils. And I see them leaning their heads together in a cave and talking and learning. And I do believe I was a child watching them at that time. I feel it in my bones, in my heart. So this is in me, and it's in me. And I always say, anybody who has this connection to sacred oils where you just know. I believe I feel like I'm gonna cry as I say this too. I don't say these things often, but it's so real to me. Anybody who just knows sacred oils, when your soul came down into this physical body, it went through sparkles of Mary Magdalene's soul, and you have that in your heart. So I always say you have soul sparkles in your heart of that which is meant for you. And then when you get that soul remembrance, it starts.
Oh, hold on, you popped off. Adding you again right now. We have some powerful energy coming in today. It's adding you. Give it a second, Jill. Mary Magdalene, though, yeah, she's the high priestess of Isis. I also was Mother Mary. Ooh, big energy. All right. Asking our angels to make this happen. We're going to try this again. It says it's adding you. Just take some deep breaths and allow. allow. Allow the Facebook transmission. Okay, it's looking for an answer from you, Jill. So I'm going to try it again. And an add guest. Hold on. Jill, you might want to go out of Facebook and back in, please. All right, I see you. Here we go. Ah, it's working. Okay, good. Oh, it says you declined. I'm gonna try again. Oh, here you are.
I'm telling you, the energies that are coming through me are so strong. I know for people who aren't used to energy, they think, okay, but
No,
truly
I
the
feel
energies around me are
so
so strong, it's
strong.
knocking me out. Not
Yeah,
knocking me out. I'm still fine, but it's knocking me out of the video.
I'm actually going so into my third eye right now. I have to ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Mary Magdalene specifically I'm feeling, but please continue.
So, so I'll start with the sentence and then I'll go into the transmission and hope it holds for that. I think that's going to be very powerful.
Mhm.
And I think and the beings are already stepping in for that to happen. I'm like, it is rolling through me. So
Mhm.
please pray. I, for you I know we're connected by the third eye, but anybody who's watching and you go into the root so we can stay grounded and we don't can stay on camera. Um, okay. Cool. Mary Magdalene is actually within me now. And so I used to channel and just hear messages, and now they sit within me. And she actually sat down and put her blue and silver hood over me. So as I speak again, I'm asking her to hold the energy for us. And a mirror 4 is a mistress of the oil. Mirror 4's primary healing work was to realign people with their true soul essence and to heal the soul wounds in the soul caused by events in this and past lifetimes. And so I feel her so strongly within me right now, and I'm going to tell one brief story about how I connected to sacred oils, and then actually going to use the tool that I brought with me for the transmission. So in my sacred oils class, part of what we had to do was choose our own mix of sacred oils. And I chose sandalwood, elemi, and rose.
Mhm.
And we had somebody in the class who was gifted at mixing, so she mixed my oil. And then when we were in the class, we were sharing about the sigil, and part of our homework, which to me, I was loving it, was to do a sigil. So this is my introduction to sigils. So I now use sigils for all virtual sessions. I channel a sigil the day before, start to get the outline or the beginnings of messages. And then the next day, I use that energy to connect and open the portal between us. My first sigil was connected to sacred oils. We were told to choose a sigil mix and then channel a sigil for that mix, what it looked like to us energetically. So sigil is just a symbolic representation of energy. And so I channeled this, and I went to class. I'm not going to apologize for crying, but I'm telling you I might cry when I tell this little story. I went to class and I was telling everybody about the sigil I chose, sandal, elemi, and rose. I had this there. And as I'm telling everyone, I felt my mother passed in 2018, and this class was in 2019. And I'm feeling my mom now. So as I was telling everybody about the oil, again, sandalwood, elemi, rose, I realized, it came to me, I thought, oh my gosh, SER. Those are my mom's initials, Susan Elizabeth Reed. And then I started to cry. I'm energetically moving back between that moment and here. So I'm trying to tell this, but I started to cry and I felt her touch my face. And she's one of the things that I knew right after she passed, when my healing abilities just took off. And I wanted her to be able to see me. And her exact words were, and I heard in my head were, I see you, you're beautiful. And as I'm talking and telling everybody this, and I have witnesses, we all started hearing humming coming from the back of the home that we were in.
Mm.
Just this really gentle humming. And I said, that's my mom. And some people said, that's Mary Magdalene. And I think it was both.
Mm.
So the sacred oils really do heal soul wounds. So in that moment, in my first experience, channeling and really getting to know them, it healed my soul wounds. My mom came.
Mm.
So it's that deep to me, and it's that real to me. But afterwards, and I'll hold this up again, I realized this was a portal for virtual healings. This is a portal to open it up to anything I want, meaning that's anything that you need.
Mm.
And so I'm having this beside us today, because of course the angels want to, everything I do is about healing. So the angels want me to send a healing to you and to whoever's watching now or later. And because Maggie, I mean, I sensed your power from day one. I thought, oh, this woman. But we all know that healing is about receiving. And if you don't know, you need to know that and remember that, because when I first started healing, I was trying to send, and I was trying to give and like push it through. And it's not about that. It's about opening up your heart. It's about receiving all the love from the angels, from the first spark of light, from Mother Earth, from the sun, the moon, all of the elements. It all rushes into your body. And as you receive, the person in front of you is receiving. And I know, Maggie, you're a powerful receiver. So I know you're going to receive with me, but you and I together are going, our energy, combined energies are going to send out a massive healing projection. And I just said send, but in the fact that they will be receiving. This receiving is going to be exactly what we need in this moment, because many are expanding, and we're doing this within fighting against our own fears. And also there's a collective fear out there, but it's not so much ours anymore. It's those who deem themselves in power are getting fear, because they know that and the message has been coming through consistently for the past 3 weeks, we are to set point in the stars. We are to set point in the stars. And humanity is not going to fall apart. It is not going to be destroyed. We already went past the tipping point of ascension. We are pulling ourselves up, and as we are healing ourselves, we are actually rebuilding Mother Earth's soul. And I sat along the Susquehanna River yesterday, and I found this spot where there's an upshoot, and I felt her energy coming out of me and through and going into the Susquehanna.
Wow.
So as much as I'm angelic, we're going to pull up Mother Earth as well in this. And what I'm actually going to do, because of course the angels are going to make me do this live, something I've never done. I have a sacred oils mix next to me of sandalwood, elemi, and rose. The very first oil that I connected to, which initially, and this is, whenever I say I, pay attention, because if you're learning, it also means you. Initially, when I connected to oils, I would connect to them and then ask them messages and then receive actual word messages I would write down. And now I connect to them and they show me in my body what is happening. And so with sandalwood and elemi and rose, you're really going deep into your heart. Deep, deep, deep into your heart. Connecting to the root, connecting down to Mother Earth, connecting back to the first spark of light, connecting to the ocean knowledge, and connecting to all light. And they actually gave me a list of light before I started. Now I understand why. So the light what we're actually going to do now, the light we're activating is through the solar plexus. And I opened up a portal through the sigil. I'm going to anoint myself, and Maggie, you're the receiver I can see now. So I'm going to do a virtual sacred oil anointing. So I anoint on my wrist, so you can close your eyes and just receive in this time. And as I anoint my left wrist with 3 drops and 3 swipes from the inside out, because we know we go inside to see outward. That was on my left wrist. And now to my right wrist. Again, 3 drops and 3 swipes from the inside out. So as Maggie sits and receives, you will receive exactly as she does. And we imagine in our mind's eye, our solar plexus, the light that's within us. And if your eyes should be closed in this moment, and look down through the throat chakra, look down through the heart. Take a moment to put your hand across your heart and feel so deeply within, deeper than you've ever gone. Imagine you were looking down into the green and the pink swirls. Archangel Ariel is stepping into your left, Gabriel to your right. This is a divine feminine blessing to go into your inner truth, your inner peace, your inner knowing that the message at its time does not even exist any longer. It is, I am not that, and I am this. So all of the things that you were trying to release through your healing journey, through your connections with others, this is not about release. This is a connection to I am that. And deep in my heart, I know I am hope. I know Maggie is pure magic. I know anyone watching is about to step into a realm of the unknown. And the unknown can be most frightening, don't you know? But that which we most fear is that which we must walk into and through. Forward movement is healing the fear. And if you must rest, do so. Honor the body, honor the spirit and the essence within. Honor your soul remembrance as it connects to your physical body, your mind, and your heart in this moment. You're all powerful beings. You are all meant to be in this time, in this space. And know that you are safe in this body, in this time, in this space. The goddesses of the rivers, the ocean knowledge, the light that is at the bottom of the ocean comes out to meet you in this moment. We say the bottom of the ocean is dark, but creation grows in the darkness. Creation is expansiveness. And we have only explored 5% of the oceans. So we say the bottom of the ocean is dark, but really underneath all that is complete light. The knowledge that rolls between the waves. And imagine now there is knowledge rolling through your heart as Archangel Ariel and Archangel Gabriel hold you tightly, keeping you safe in this physical container. It is time to remember all that you are. Every single piece, every single fragment, every single wound. Yes, we say we heal the wounds, but the light of our love always shines through the cracks of our wounds. However, we must feel whole so we can all move forward in unity. Unite for unity. So if you're watching now or later, it does not matter. Time does not exist when you are in another realm, and you are. So in this body, in this time, in this space, hold the solar plexus and allow the light, the energy, the information of the archangels to roll through. Archangel Michael stands behind you, Uriel in front of you, Raphael to your right with his green emerald fire, Gabriel to the left, Metatron above, Sandalphon below. Protection from all directions. You are always protected. And in this moment, as your eyes are closed, as you see deep within, the energy of the sandalwood, the alamy, the rose, enters the solar plexus. The sun of our solar system enters the solar plexus. The sun from the bottom of the ocean enters. Alcyon, the Pleiadian sun. Middle Earth sun. In your mind's eye, allow yourself to float back to the first spark of light. This is all within you. We are all of the stars. We are all of the light. You may feel chills move through your body in this moment. Know that is your guides connecting to you, because as you receive exactly who was meant for you. It may be your mom. It may be an angel. It may be a dragon. It may be the energy of all of the trees. And the trees remind us we are all connected through the roots, and we are. So as you hold the solar plexus, watch it spin first counterclockwise to disconnect from I am not that. And watch it drop down into the root, down to Sandalphon below you. Cleansed by Mother Earth below all of us and back up again. And now watch it spin clockwise in a healing motion. And feel everything that you are. I am that. So in this moment, ask yourself, who am I? Say, I am, and wait for the angels to fill in the that, the blank. I am. Might feel your solar plexus heat up. What words do you hear? Don't tell yourself it's not true, because it is. The deepest knowledge of ourselves often feels false because we have been conditioned to the false. This is truth. What you feel in your gut, that gut feeling, is for real. All the light, the energy, the information of the ocean, the streams, the rivers, and the light of Mother Earth herself, of her soul, tell you who you are. And you will get messages later. This activating energy will be within you for 3 days. The knowledge that you get as it flows out, write it down so you remember. You will receive a collection of who you are. I am that. And believe that. And be that. Those that you see rising up and sharing themselves are doing it, so you do it as well. Be that which you are. Archangel Michael is in your crown, sending you his strength to walk forward in your I am that. Chimes will slowly bring you out of your inner kingdom. Move back up through the solar plexus, through the heart. Give yourself some love for being open to receive. Through the throat, and honor your throat and its desire to speak the truth. Back up through the third eye, that inner knowing of I am that. And Archangel Michael gently holds your crown, as he will in every moment if you just ask. And as you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Thank you. That was so wonderful. I could feel the energy a step ahead of you before you said it, you know? And so I was already in the receptive mudra and my feet and hands, that is Lakshmi. And you said then that you're going to receive after that. Oh, and then the ringing in the ears, definitely. And then all of a sudden you said, and the angels are here. I was like, yeah, they sure are. Yeah, and I'm really blissed out and I feel great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I hope everybody also feels that way. I have crystals dropping. I don't know what's going on. And you're Whew,
So
thank
yes,
you.
I hope that everybody feels it, and I feel like you were definitely magnifying what I was doing. So I thank you for that, because
So
it's so
holding it.
important that those who are just waking up and realizing, wait a minute, this 9 to 5 job that's exhausting me, it's making me not take care of myself. It's making me get sidetracked. And if you're a healer, you know, getting pulled into the energy and the stress of the world, this is a time to remember to come back to the I am that.
Beautiful.
Because the I am that is the beginning of all expansion. And as we expand, the soul of Mother Earth is expanding, and we're helping her rebuild, and we're all, whatever word you put on it, the ascension, as we're moving into a place where we've never been. And so there's no roadmap for this. So you really have to follow your yellow brick road, or whatever word it is for you, your angels, your guides. It is so important to connect at this time. And if this video is just that, for anyone who's watching and just giving them some peace, I just want to give everybody that they need exactly what they need in the moment that they're in. And that's really what true healing to me is. So yes, I can guide other healers into their authentic selves. Yes, physical health healings can happen, but if you can have a moment of peace, that's a blessing. So I'm hoping I blessed someone today. And I don't know if you had any more questions or what direction this needs to go in. I'm still pulling my head in the clouds, but just from the clouds. But just know that once the video is posted, I'll put all the links where you can find me for
Perfect.
If you just want to connect, virtual sessions, whatever. But I do
Good. Thank you.
feel, I felt an angel walk really quickly in front of me and go in that direction. And I'm asking,
Mhm.
oh, that was Archangel Zadkiel
Mhm.
went quickly through. And it's interesting because Zadkiel to me is the angel that I attribute most to helping us focus. So
Mhm.
call in Archangel Zadkiel if you need to focus, because the energies are very strong right now. Um, the fear energy is strong, but use discernment to disconnect
Mhm.
what's your fear, what's not. And also, there's a reason why I do everything. This painting that I decided to put right behind me,
Mhm.
I feel very much Archangel Zadkiel's energy coming through, other angels as well,
Yeah.
but also
Yeah.
this feels like the soul of Mother Earth passing through
Mhm.
it all. So
Definitely. Yeah, no, I've been focusing on that a lot.
it's a
That's
it's a
why.
beautiful, it's beautiful. And I'm actually, I'm
Mhm.
going to be local uh soon doing in
Mhm.
person. I've been, but I'm finding my spot. I found my spot. So this is going to be in the room where I'm doing in-person sessions. So yeah.
In Maryland, right?
Well, in Maryland some, and also in the Harrisburg area. I actually live
Okay.
right across the river from Harrisburg, but I'm doing some stuff in Maryland as well. So this will
Good.
follow me.
Good. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Jill. Yes, please leave your links. And if this has affected you in any way, anyone watching, or if you have further questions, just please comment. Keep the thread going. Keep the love flowing. And always tune in to your Wahe Guru, your own inner teacher, your inner bliss.
Yes.
And we love you all. We are one. And thank you, Jill. I look forward to connecting with you again.
Thank
That was
you.
beautiful.
I love you, Maggie, and your energy, truly. I really do. I
Mm.
truly appreciate everything you do and honor your true intent to be I am that and show others the way to be I am that. I
I
really
showed up.
I I so appreciate you. Truly. I do.
Mhm.
So
I
thank you.
appreciate you. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Everyone have a magical weekend and watch for all those signs. Write them down, bring it through. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get in creation mode as I channel more for my dragon class tomorrow. Yeah, and I'm going to put
Great.
those links in here too, because I know somebody can benefit from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Great. All right. I look forward to see you guys next Saturday. We do have some more guests coming. It's always a surprise for me who shows up each week, but that's okay, because that's kind of how things are right now, and definitely in the 5D.
Hmm.
Yay. And
Thank
if you're
you.
just hopping on, please just refresh and watch from the beginning. We love you guys. You're one.